chemistry is something that happens between people.
The conversation became something much bigger.
Dave Grohl gave the keynote speech at South by Southwest, and he lit up the room talking about his career path in music. The crowd in Austin, Texas was mesmerized by his stories of punk, independence, and guilt about success. He said that his musical journey started with a hits record with Edgar Winter.
I have to thank Edgar Winter for allowing K-Tel Records to include his legendary instrumental Frankenstein on their 1975 blockbuster compilation, a veritable who's who of 1975 radio hits. But it wasn't KC and the Sunshine Band's That's the Way, I Like It, that made me want to pick up the dusty old guitar in the corner. No. And it wasn't Dave Loggins' Please Come to Boston, or Silver Convention's Fly Robin Fly, that made me want to jump in a van and leave the world behind for music. No. It was
He then went on to his beginnings in Nirvana.
Nirvana were one of us. Raised on Creedence and Flipper and Beatles and Black Flag, they seemed to share the same ideals, the same intentions. But they had something more. They had songs. They had Kurt. And what they didn't have was a drummer. So without hesitation, I packed all of my drums into one big U-Haul cardboard box, grabbed my old Army duffel bag, and I flew up to Seattle. At one meeting, after playing a demo of our song In Bloom for Donnie Einer, in his high-rise office in New York City, Donnie turned to Kurt and asked, "So, what do you guys want?" Kurt slouched over in his chair, looked up to Donnie, sitting behind his massive oak desk, and said, "We want to be the biggest band in the world." I laughed. I thought he was f***ing kidding. He wasn't.
Dave talked about the day his music and Kurt Cobain died.
When Kurt died, I was lost. I was numb. The music that I had devoted my life to had now betrayed me. I had no voice. I turned off the radio. I put away my drums. I couldn't bear to hear someone else's voice singing about pain or joy. It just hurt too much. But eventually, that feeling that I had Independence Day, July 4th, 1983, at the base of the Lincoln Memorial Steps, that feeling came back.
He pondered his legacy.
Am I the best drummer in the world? Certainly not. Am I the best singer-songwriter? Not even in this room. But I've been left alone to find my voice since that day I heard Edgar Winter's Frankenstein. Recently, I directed a full-length feature documentary about the recording studio that Nirvana recorded Nevermind on over 20 years ago, Sound City. In the movie, we not only tell the story of this magical hole, but we also explore technology and what we refer to as the human element of music. How do these things coexist? Well, there is no right or wrong. There is only your voice.
Others at South by Southwest this week included Paramore, John Fogerty, Jared Leto of 30 Seconds to Mars, and Grumpy Cat with Andrew WK, among others.